Atop the mighty peaks of the Ember Mountains, amidst the rugged cliffs and dense pine forests, there lived a creature unlike any other, a golem, crafted from the very stone and earth of the mountains themselves. His form was massive, towering over even the tallest pines. Each step he took made the ground tremble, and his eyes, crafted from the purest emeralds, shimmered with an intelligence that belied his earthen form. For centuries, the golem wandered the mountains, shaping and molding the landscape as he went. He carved deep valleys and raised up towering spires. Rivers formed in his footsteps and cascaded down slopes. Birds made their nests on his shoulders, and small animals found shelter in the nooks and crannies of his body. To them, he was a moving, ever-changing mountain, and they revered him. Yet, despite the majesty of his power and his role in shaping the world around him, the golem was a solitary creature. The vastness of his size and the sheer force of his presence meant he had no equal, no companion to share in his eternal journey. Loneliness pervaded his existence, a quiet sorrow that weighed heavier than the mightiest boulder. One day, as the golem trekked through a particularly remote valley, he stumbled upon a sight that brought him to a standstill. It was a small pond, its waters reflecting the azure sky above. But what caught the golem's eye was not the water itself, but the statue that stood at its center. The figure, sculpted from pale alabaster stone, was that of a woman, her features delicate and intricate, with a serene expression that seemed to beckon him closer. Drawn by an inexplicable pull, the golem approached the statue. He reached out a massive finger, gently tracing the curve of its face. The coldness of the stone surprised him, yet there was a warmth to it, a familiarity that tugged at the corners of his memory. Day turned to night, and still, the golem remained, captivated by the statue. He sat down beside the pond, his gaze never wavering. And as the moonlight bathed the mountains in a silvery glow, a gentle melody began to fill the air, a song of ancient days, of love and longing. The golem recognized the tune, though he could not recall where he had heard it before. And then, as the first light of dawn painted the sky, something miraculous happened. The statue began to move. Slowly, ever so slowly, the figure of the woman came to life, her stone skin turning soft and supple. She stepped off her pedestal and into the water, the ripples dancing around her as she moved gracefully toward the shore. The golem watched in awe as the woman stepped onto the land, her feet leaving no trace on the soft grass. She approached him, her green eyes, almost identical to his own, locking onto his. "Do you not recognize me?" she whispered, her voice echoing with the melodies of the mountains. The golem's heart, if he had one, would have skipped a beat. Memories flooded back, memories of a time before he was a golem, of a love lost and a promise made. The woman before him was his beloved, the one he had vowed to find even if it took an eternity. "We were once human," she began, her voice soft and melodic. "Bound by love and torn apart by fate. You were taken from me, turned to stone by the gods as a punishment for our defiance. I searched for you for centuries, crafting this statue in your memory, hoping to be with you once more." The golem, overcome with emotion, could barely find his voice. "And now," he rumbled, his voice echoing through the mountains, "we are reunited." The woman nodded, a tear glinting in her eye. "Yes, my love. But our time is short. When the sun reaches its zenith, I will return to stone, and you will continue your journey. But know this, our love will never die. It will live on, forever, in these mountains we call home." And with that, the two embraced, their forms merging into one, becoming a part of the very mountains that had borne witness to their love story. The golem, with his beloved by his side, continued his eternal journey, their love echoing through the ages, a testament to the power of love and the indomitable spirit of the human heart. As the seasons changed and years drifted by, the golem's journey through the mountains grew fraught with a new purpose. He had tasted the bittersweet reunion with his beloved, and the taste lingered on his stone lips. The promise of their fleeting embrace haunted him, a ghostly reminder of love long lost and regained. One chilly morning, as the first snowflakes of winter began to fall, the golem stumbled upon a vast cavern nestled deep within the heart of the Ember Mountains. Drawn by a faint light emanating from within, he ventured inside. The walls of the cavern were adorned with intricate carvings, each telling tales of old, of love, betrayal, sacrifice, and redemption. As he ventured deeper, he found the source of the light, a crystal of immense size and beauty, pulsating with a radiant energy. It illuminated the vast chamber, casting myriad reflections across the walls. Upon closer inspection, the golem realized the crystal wasn't just any gemstone, but a heart forged from the tears of countless lovers separated by fate, beating in tandem with the rhythm of the mountains. Drawn by an inexplicable force, the The golem approached the crystal, placing his massive hand upon its surface. A rush of memories flooded him, not just of his own past, but of countless souls who had loved and lost. He felt their pain, their hope, and their unyielding belief in the power of love. In that moment, he understood. This heart, forged from the tears of the ages, held the key to breaking his curse and reuniting with his beloved. But it would come at a price. Days turned to weeks, and the golem, fueled by a newfound purpose, began to work. Using the tools of the mountains, his hands, his strength, and the very earth itself, he began to craft a statue. Day and night he toiled, each chisel and carve a labor of love, until, at last, a statue stood before him, mirroring his own form, but bearing the face of his beloved. With bated breath, he approached the crystal heart, lifting it with the utmost care. Holding it aloft, he recited the ancient songs of the mountains, calling upon their power to infuse the statue with life. Slowly, the heart began to pulse brighter, its energy flowing into the statue. The chamber trembled, and a gust of wind swept through the cavern. The golem watched in anticipation as the statue's stone form began to transform. Skin as soft as the petals of mountain flowers replaced the cold stone, and hair as golden as the sun cascaded down its back. It was her, his beloved, brought to life once more. But as she opened her eyes, the golem felt a strange sensation. His form began to harden, his movements growing sluggish. He realized the truth: to bring his beloved back to life, he had to sacrifice his own mobility, becoming a statue in her stead. The woman, tears streaming down her face, approached the now immobile golem. "My love," she whispered, caressing his stone cheek. "You've given me the gift of life, but at what cost?" The golem, though unable to move or speak, conveyed his feelings through the glint in his emerald eyes, a message of love, sacrifice, and the hope that one day, they would be reunited once more. And so, in a cavern deep within the Ember Mountains, two statues stood side by side, one a testament to undying love, and the other, a symbol of sacrifice and hope. And as time passed, the legend of the golem and his beloved spread far and wide, a tale of love that transcended the ages. Time has a peculiar way of both healing and scarring the landscape. The Ember Mountains saw countless sunrises and sunsets, and through it all, the golem remained steadfast, an unmoving sentinel beside his beloved, who was alive but bound by the weight of their intertwined destinies. But nature, with its boundless mysteries, was always full of surprises. Deep within the mountains, ancient magic still thrummed, potent and waiting. One day, a shimmering bluebird, unlike any other seen in the land, alighted on the golem's stone shoulder. It sang a tune, both melancholic and uplifting, a song of endings and new beginnings. As the melody resonated through the cavern, the very air seemed to pulsate. The stone encasing the golem began to tremor, cracks forming and spreading, emanating a soft golden light from within. At the same time, the living woman, the golem's beloved, felt an overwhelming energy enveloping her, drawing her towards her stone companion. In a blinding flash of light and a crescendo of song, the golem's stone form shattered, releasing a burst of energy that filled the entire cavern. When the dust settled and the echo of the song faded, two human figures stood side by side, flesh and blood, their hands entwined. The transformation was complete. The golem, now a man with rugged features and eyes that sparkled with the wisdom of the ages, looked down at his hands, flexing them in wonder. Beside him, his beloved, her beauty untouched by the passage of time, wept tears of joy. The bluebird, its task completed, took flight, its song echoing one last time in the cavern before disappearing into the vastness of the mountains. The two lovers, once separated by curses and fate, now stood reunited in their original forms. They ventured out of the cavern and into the world they once knew. The landscape had changed, molded by time, but the mountains, ever constant, stood as witnesses to their enduring love. They traveled through valleys, crossed rivers, and climbed peaks, rediscovering the world and each other. Every step was a memory reborn, every moment a testament to their unwavering love and the sacrifices they made. As the seasons changed and years rolled by, the couple found a tranquil valley nestled between two peaks, where they decided to make their home. There, they built a life together, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the memories of their past. Stories of their love and sacrifice became legends, passed down through generations. Travelers would sometimes come upon the valley, drawn by tales of two lovers whose love transcended curses and time itself. And there, they would find the couple, always together, their love a beacon for all to see. In the heart of the Ember Mountains, where time seemed to stand still, the love story of the golem and his beloved lived on. a testament to the enduring power of love and the magic that exists in the world for those who believe.